Let's talk about strength, wisdom, and beauty. For me, these are the three ideals that we should all be focused on. We should be focused on strength, wisdom, and beauty in our lives. We want to be developing strength, we want to be applying wisdom, and we want to see beauty coming to fruition through what we do. I've learned that I think the order does matter. So developing strength comes first because in order for you to be able to even act with wisdom, you need strength first. You need to develop strength within your body. You need to develop strength within your mind. You need to become strong so that you're able to go act. There have been points in my life where I didn't feel physically strong or I didn't feel mentally strong for whatever reason. It might have been an injury, might have been sick, any number of things. You can probably relate. But when you don't have strength, then you cannot act. You can't take your will. You can't take things that you have in your mind. You can't bring to bear onto the world any sort of action because you don't have the strength to do it. So that's why I think strength is the first ideal, and especially for men, but I think for anybody, that's a really good ideal to have. And once you have strength, once you can take action, once you can bring force into the world, then you can behave with wisdom. And wisdom to me is like acting in the right way with the universe, right action. It is something beyond knowledge. So you can have knowledge of something, you can have an intellectual knowledge about a topic, but unless you are taking action and applying that into the world in a way that makes sense with physics, with the universe, with the way the world works, and you're not behaving with wisdom. So many times in life we'll do things, we'll behave in certain ways that they don't yield good things. They yield pain, for example. And many times when we get pain, when we receive pain, when we live in pain, there have been times where we did not act wisely. Now, sure, there are things like accidents and things that are out of our control, typically, or sometimes out of our control. But it can be a good sign that if things aren't going well for you, then you may not be behaving with wisdom. A very concrete example is like knowing when to plant a crop, for example. You plant a crop at a certain time, you've behaved in a right way with nature, you're going to get fruit at a certain time as well. But if you don't behave that way, you're not going to get the fruit. Like, that's just a very simple, straightforward way of behaving well in the world. If you don't plant the crop at a certain time, the pain that you end up feeling could be hunger. You could die. There's all sorts of negative consequences. But if you behave well and you act in wisdom and understanding of the world around you, then you have a higher likelihood of benefiting and doing well. Then beauty comes last because I think, and for me, I think beauty is one of the highest ideals. Beauty is the result of wisdom. It's the result of developing strength. It is all of that wrapped up into something that is both aesthetic to us, to the human perception. It is perfect or near perfect in its form and its suitedness to the world around it. And it almost is in this inherent expression of wisdom, an inherent expression of the potential of strength that this organism or this thing has. It is the culmination and the fruit of acting with wisdom, of having strength to act and to go do things in the world. And those things combined in a whole host of other things as well results in beauty. So I think beauty is something to strive for. I think beauty, again, is one of the highest ideals that we can aim at. And that as we become beautiful, as we value beauty and we seek after that, that is something that helps us be able to envision a better world. better versions of ourselves, better versions of things around us, because like I said, they are evidenced by that beauty of having lived with wisdom and living with wisdom, possessing strength. So, strength, wisdom, beauty, three ideals that I think are key for humanity, that are key for anyone. When I think of myself just as a man, like strength, wisdom, and beauty as high ideals for men is hugely powerful, because it helps us be able to again tap into that strength aspect that is something that is unique also, and maybe even heightened, as a heightened virtue for men. But won't go into detail yet on that in this video, but mainly want to lift up strength, wisdom, and beauty. Hope you can find ways to apply those in your life, and if you look around and find ideals, those kinds of ideals that you can strive for every day, and find ways to be able to apply them so that you give yourself things to aim at. The point of ideals is to give us things that we can aim at, that we can aspire to. And I hope that you will find strength, wisdom, and beauty helpful for you in that.